Creatures play among leaves, oblivious to a secluded city, protected by mountain walls, continuously rising from the ashes of war, named Glory City, a beacon of human resilience. Students whisper about the new teacher from a prominent family, speculating on her abilities while she walks in confidently to begin the lesson. The new teacher reveals her demon spiritualist rank and her powerful partner, the Scarlet Flaming Fox, demonstrating her fusion with it to unleash formidable fire abilities. Amidst the students' awe, Nie Lie slips into a daze. Suddenly, rays of sunlight break through the clouds, startling him out of his reverie. His eyes snap open, wide with surprise. Confused by his smaller hands, Nie Lie realizes he's in his youth at the Holy Orchid Institute, not the battlefield. Memories of his past life's end flood back to him, leading to the shocking revelation that he has been reborn. Nie Lie rejoices upon seeing his friends and Ziyun alive, confirming his return to his past. Realizing his demon spirit book is gone, Nie Lie reflects on his past life struggles, the destruction of Glory City, and vows to change the future. Fleeing amidst chaos, survivors endure loss. Lonely nights follow, yet in fear, they find solace in each other's presence. Their joyful journey turns tragic as he realizes too late the danger they've encountered, leading to a desperate escape on their mount. Surviving his journey through the desert, he explored the divine continent. He lamented his past weakness and family loss in battle, yearning for a second shot at life after death. Reborn, he vows to protect his city with newfound knowledge. Acknowledging past blessings, he is determined to enhance his skills despite inherent weaknesses. A classmate inquires about his smile, leading to an affectionate exchange with a friend. Laughter ensues after a friendly scuffle. He reaffirms their brotherly bond, to which the other responds with playful name-calling. He warns his friend about a girl with a grand status, expressing possessiveness. She overhears, unimpressed by his protective claim. Displeased by his remarks, she glances away. He is oblivious to her reaction. Moments later, the boy catches his friend's eye, leading to an intense, unspoken exchange. Reflecting on the past, the boy recalls a love unfulfilled due to tragedy, feeling trapped in the shadow of a rival admired by his love, all against the backdrop of betrayal and his own perceived insignificance. Reunited by mystical means, the boy confronts his rival, only to be called weird by the girl he longs for, leaving him with a bittersweet grin. A hopeful scheme surfaces as the genius girl becomes a leverage for influence, yet her detached gaze implies disinterest in the unfolding plot. A red-haired woman addresses students, imposingly revealing the world's harsh reality and their prospective roles as elite protectors, underlining the importance of rank and family legacy in their society. The red-haired woman emphasizes the unyielding class structure, telling students to abandon any dreams of rising above their station, as a rigid societal hierarchy governs even the nobility. The students listen, some with resignation, others with a hint of defiance. A student recalls the valor of Du Ze, a hardworking commoner who achieved gold rank and fought for Glory City without noble support. As nobles fled, he stayed, revealing the irony that the nobility, often seen as pillars of strength, were the first to abandon their city in its time of need. An eager student interrupts the lesson, questioning the teacher's claims about the city's history and humanity's sole survival. Challenging the teacher's knowledge, the student prompts discussions, questioning the certainty of humanity's sole survival amid unexplored territories. The student confidently counters the teacher's skepticism with an offer to provide a story as evidence for his claims. A frog from the bottom of a well only knows the sky through the opening above, mistaking its limited view for the entire sky. The girl finds Nie Lie amusing, and he receives admiration from his peers for his daring attitude, challenging authorities and defying expectations. Challenging the teacher's statement about commoners, the boy points out a prominent figure's humble beginnings, causing surprise and raising questions among his classmates. A boy excitedly reveals that Lord Yemo rose to nobility from common beginnings, observed by a bearded elder and a surprised young man. The boy challenges the beliefs of his peers, citing Lord Yemo's success as proof that hard work can defy the odds and anyone can achieve greatness. Challenged by a skeptic, the boy's potential is assessed, but his modest capabilities evoke doubt regarding his lofty aspirations. Peers mock the boy's weakness, deeming him unworthy of their city's esteem. A classmate's presence is the only reason for tolerance, while a family member scorns his audacity toward elders. His crestfallen posture underlines the weight of their contempt. Defiant amidst scorn, the boy confronts his teacher about bias and hypocrisy, unmasking the teacher's flawed character. The defiant boy pledges to surpass expectations and become a legendary figure, vowing to prove his worth and achieve personal dreams. Skeptical classmates ridicule the boy's lofty ambition, comparing him unfavorably to a legendary figure. They dismiss his chances, scoffing at the notion that determination alone can bridge the gap in inherent talent. The boy defies his classmates' scorn, vowing defiance with conviction. Strength of will shall prove his ability to surpass the legendary. The boy challenges his teacher to a wager. If he can't rank up to bronze in 2 months, he'll leave school. If he does, the teacher must resign. Concern and surprise ripple through the onlookers. The woman laughs off the boy's bold claim, taunting his perceived arrogance. The boy, unshaken, gets a punishment from his teacher to stand in the back of the class, but remains defiant, warning her of potential regret. The woman mocks the boy, reveling in his punishment, while his classmates laugh. Ashamed but resilient, another student contemplates solidarity, questioning the fairness of remaining seated when a fellow noble is disciplined. The boy's solidarity is met with further punishment as a spiteful authority figure compels him to share the boy's stance, uniting them in their standing reprimand. An unexpected ally quietly joins, solidifying their defiance. The boy jests with his comrade, freeing tension with humor. They stand resilient, companions in mischief and solidarity. Acknowledging their new ally's boldness, they express trust and declare unwavering loyalty. Bonded in spirit, they face the future together with confidence and camaraderie. Their adventure continues as lessons resume, determination in their eyes, ready for whatever comes next. The Soul Force test results are announced, revealing impressive scores among the students, with Ziyun and others nearing the 1-star bronze realm. Recognition and anticipation fill the room. Students marvel at a peer's high soul force, predicting a bright future. Xiao Ninger is introduced as a prodigy, rivaled only by Ziyun, already accomplishing great feats. Together, they are celebrated as the promising twin stars of their generation. Xiao Ninger escapes an arranged marriage, venturing into the perilous Black Devil Forest. A young man resolves to aid her if possible, while an institute figurehead anticipates successes in upcoming tests, fostering pride in the institution. The characters discuss the challenging requirements for becoming a 1-star bronze fighter, highlighting the significant strength and soul force needed. They explain the 7 colors of soul force and the rarity of reaching the indigo level, which is essential for demon spiritualists, yet difficult to achieve. Skeptical students debate the possibility of achieving a 1-star bronze rank in 6 months, while one confident student asserts that 2 months is sufficient. A friend teases Nie Lie about liking Ziyun, expressing concern over her lofty status, hinting it's an unattainable affection. Nie Lie doesn't demur, but the friend, resigned, vows not to contend for her heart. Their friend chides them for unrealistic aspirations toward Ziyun. The tension rises as accusations of frivolity are met with claims of dedication and discipline, revealing contrasting perspectives on love and duty among the youths. Frustrated by their antics, their friend expresses exasperation. He advises Nie Lie to abandon his romantic pursuit and concentrate on his training. Nie Lie appears contemplative. Reassured, Nie Lie confidently declares his intentions to his supportive friends, committing himself to their growth as formidable demon spiritualists. A friend downplays the prospect of becoming a fighter due to the advantages of demon spiritualists in combat, while another contemplates the satisfaction of reaching a high rank within their powers. Defiant in the face of a challenge, the young man exudes confidence, dismissing doubts about his soul realm. His companion inquires about a cultivation method, while the former's determination shines. He is unwavering, fueled by the desire for strength and a personal drive to escape a troubled home life. Mocking his companion's concerns, the young man boasts about becoming a demon spiritualist through wealth, revealing his substantial savings intended for the costly transformation. His confidence is as robust as his wallet, eager to invest his entire fortune into his ambition. The young man's confidence shatters when his companion reveals the true cost of becoming a demon spiritualist, a sum far beyond his savings. His dream feels unreachable, as millions of spirit coins are needed, not just thousands. Struggling aristocrats enroll a promising child in an elite academy, hoping for a family resurgence. School ends, students rush out. Students discover a market, exploring armor and demon crystals, intrigued by the exotic wares. Prices are steep. A student reacts to the high cost of a bronze rank armor. The merchant explains its value, stating it's inscribed with a pattern from a prime Snow-Wind Banshee's blood, enhancing attack power. Ideal for Snow-Wind-type fighters and demon spiritualists, the armor's attributes are desirable. Discouraged by the armor's price, the student turns away, realizing it exceeds his budget. As he walks through the bustling marketplace with his companions, he catches sight of something, a glimmer of hope or curiosity perhaps, in a corner of the shop. Nie Lie's attention shifts, his friends query his distraction. They spot Shen Yue, anticipation mounting. Nie Lie's friends notice Ye Ziyun nearby. A gaze locks onto her, filled with hidden thoughts. After securing a bronze rank gauntlet, a satisfied customer departs just as a figure emerges, a pendant concealed in hand. A customer flaunts their purchase, capturing the admiration of bystanders, while a resentful onlooker scowls at the attention received. Admiration turns to shock as a rival launches an unexpected attack on the flaunting customer. Confident of his understanding, Nie Lie dismisses a rival's tactics, reflecting on yearnings for friendship lost to past identities, while the rival underestimates Nie Lie's attraction, plotting to exploit perceived weaknesses. Nie Lie delegates the purchase of crossbows and bolts to Lu Piao, cautioning him against overpaying. They agree to reconvene at the school's training grounds, where Nie Lie admits to skimping on expenses due to a limited allowance, while seeming smug about his strategic maneuvering. Nie Lie instructs Duze to purchase Black Pond grass, then acquires some lower-tier fusing agents. They realize their missing items, find the needed zoysia grass, and continue their task. Duze acquires Black Pool and zoysia grass as Nie Lie explains their properties and potential combination to amplify effects. Inquisitively, Duze learns the strength of the paralysis effect from Nie Lie. Nie Lie elaborates, noting the avoidance of zoysia grass by horned sheep. Duze, connecting dots, suspects Nie Lie's expertise as an alchemist. They decide to move on. Nie Lie reflects on his past encounters with true alchemy and gauges his own skills. Preparing a potion, he readies to join his friend Lu Piao at the training grounds. Nie Lie arrives at the colossal doors of the training grounds, reminiscing about their origins from the formidable demon spiritualist lords as he steps into a new chapter of his journey alongside Lu Piao. Lu Piao, frantic and determined, bursts into laughter, arriving with a dramatic flair as Nie Lie gazes in bewilderment. Lu Piao vents about crossbows, while Nie Lie, proudly donning new armor, shares info about the training grounds. The students prepare to hunt horned sheep, acknowledging the need for caution. A horned sheep munches leaves, unsuspecting. Hidden, a student crouches, eyes intent. His presence surprises the beast. The young student realizes the danger as the territorial horned sheep notices his presence, and he braces for a potentially aggressive confrontation. Panicked, the student dodges the charging sheep while his terrified companions frantically urge to shoot the rampaging animal. The student evades the sheep. A companion prepares to shoot, but the animal's injury makes the encounter more dangerous. The sheep nimbly sidesteps the flying arrow, taking both hunters by surprise. The archer's frustration is palpable as arrows miss their mark, splashing into a nearby pond. The enraged beast charges, slashing through trees with its horns. The archer panics, realizing their foe's fury. His companion fumbles with her bow, unable to ready another shot. The beast lunges at Nie Lie. He tumbles, barely evading its deadly claws. Panic sets in. Nie Lie's eyes widen in terror as he fumbles for his weapon. With a deft click, his bow is ready. He unleashes an arrow, but the monstrous beast barrels through, causing a violent upheaval of earth where Nie Lie just lay. The danger is far from over. Relieved, Nie Lie stares at the fallen beast, incredulous at their fortune. The drug had worked, taking down the monstrous threat. Surprised by their success, the group discusses the potent drug's effects. Compliments and teasing fly about, with Nie Lie's archery prowess earning particular praise, revealing his youth belies his skill. The group is excited to collect their rewards after a successful hunt. They plan to sell the parts of their prey for profit, optimistic about clearing debts and paying for school fees, showing a determination to keep hunting without rest. The group faces unexpected trouble while a member chops wood. A creature suddenly attacks. Despite the setback, they overpower the creature and proceed to the counter to trade their loot, undeterred by the night's challenges. As dawn approaches, the group celebrates their successful hunt, tallying a rewarding haul of demon spirit coins to be divided among themselves. The hunters balance nighttime excursions with daily education. Concerns grow over dwindling prey and odd occurrences, unaware of the lurking predator's call, breaking the midnight silence. After 7 days of toil, the weary hunters express relief at their earnings, longing for rest. With plans diverging, they separate, some eager for sleep, while one declares a different agenda for the next day. Venturing alone into the woods, the young explorer's curiosity is piqued by an unexpected discovery, a mysterious human presence amidst the quiet forest. The young explorer stumbles upon a person engulfed in a mysterious cyan light, realizing its soul force, and they're on the cusp of upgrading to bronze rank. The explorer recognizes the person amidst the cyan aura, overcome with awe and alarm. The explorer learns Xiao Ninger has returned to the Institute after an illness, intrigued by her determination and reputation as a beauty. Friends squabble over Xiao Ninger's engagement to Shen Fei, discussing the implications for their families and status. Tensions rise as they confront their own positions, highlighting one's perceived inadequacy. He watched Xiao Ninger's dedication to cultivation, concerned her illness would worsen. Deciding he couldn't ignore it, he stepped out to intervene. Startled, she sensed his presence and turned sharply, dagger in hand, asking who's there. Relieved, she recognizes Nie Lie from her class. They exchange questioning glances, both wondering what the other is doing in the forest so late at night. She accuses him of lying about his late-night stroll. He admits she's known his true motives all along. They banter about each other's knowledge and intentions, revealing a playful tension between them. Teasingly, he stutters her name, watching as she heads back to practice. She chides his behavior inwardly, yet he appears oblivious, questioning her persistence with a bemused gaze. He reveals his awareness of her nightly pain, leaving her shocked and curious about the depth of his knowledge. He diagnoses her with extreme coldness, a condition aggravated by her cultivation method. If untreated, it threatens her life as she advances in rank. He warns her about the increasing side effects of her cultivation method, and she expresses frustration over her efforts to avoid an unwanted marriage and gain power, now threatened by the risk of self-destruction. Desperation strikes her. With tears streaming down her face, she pleads for his help to escape her dire predicament. He reveals the illness is treatable, prescribes a special massage and a daily medicine, emphasizing she must stop her dangerous nighttime practices for a full recovery. She complies with Nie Lie's request to check her soul cultivation technique, though wary of being deceived, and begins to demonstrate. Hesitant yet resolved, she hands over her scroll. Their fingers brush, the exchange is made. Disappointment and skepticism fill the air as she steps back, contemplating a bitter truth. Their once mighty lineage now clings to inferior practices, a far cry from its glorious past. He brushes off her inquiry, but then critiques the ancient soul cultivation technique, offering a revision to prevent its harsh consequences, while she defensively recalls its prestigious origins and rank, skeptical of his bold changes. He finishes outlining his adjustments to the cultivation technique. She's taken aback, a mix of determination and concern on her face, urging him to repeat his insights. It becomes clear, though, that he doubts whether she truly grasped the earlier explanation. He explains the essence of soul energy redirection. She admits inwardly she doesn't comprehend his words, but recognizes the depth and improvements in his ideas over her current understanding. Realizing his potential, he vows to become a legend and win Glory City's most beautiful woman, defying those who once mocked him. She ponders on being the most beautiful woman while he nervously deflects. After questioning his attention, he tries to shift the conversation to the redirection technique, implying a personal boundary. Accepting the treatment, he acquiesces to the redirection technique for healing, setting their plan into motion for recovery. He notices her bruise, she acknowledges its inconvenience, and braces for a swift healing process. She sits, hiding embarrassment. He conjures a healing flame, contemplating adolescent overthinking. He applies the healing flame to her injury, clarifying his intentions and expressing a wish for friendship while she silently acknowledges the gesture. She winces as the healing begins, discomfort evident, but the pain is fleeting. Grateful, she looks up, her modesty displaying her youth and innocence as the observer notes her unrest. She endures the healing process, describing the pain's intensity. The bruises had been a source of suffering for months, but through perseverance, the pain had been manageable. Now, thanks to Nie Lie's intervention, the once unbearable pain has significantly lessened, and she expresses her appreciation for his aid. He completes the healing, warning of residual pain. She thanks him, yet hesitates, prompting his concerned inquiry. Embarrassed, she reveals another bruise needs attention. He reacts surprised, inferring its age. Her hesitance suggests a more private location. Flustered, he avoids the question about mutual affection. She appears dissatisfied with his response, nurturing doubts about his feelings. He smiles confidently, certain she'll reciprocate his feelings eventually. She mocks his one-sided affection, yet finds his confidence puzzling. Worried about falling behind, she reflects on needing help, considering accepting it from Nie Lie. As she reaches for a door, her hand trembles. Nie Lie notices, shocked. Startled, Nie Lie turns to find his friend unexpectedly close behind, her face inches from his eyes widen in surprise. Embarrassed by the awkwardly placed bruise, they share a moment of vulnerability. He tries to reassure her of his intentions, but she remains skeptical, her resolve to prioritize her duties over personal discomfort visible. Suddenly, they are alerted to someone watching them from afar, raising tension. Startled, he notices her bruising darker than before and questions how she endures such pain. As she reveals her wound to him, he touches it gently, healing energy emanating from his hand. For the first time, she experiences the care of a boy's intimate touch, leaving them both emotionally stirred. Despite her internal struggle and family's neglect, he instills in her a newfound trust, and companionship emerges as a treasured boon, even as the night brings quiet contemplation and a peaceful connection with the natural world. He triumphantly completes the task. Grateful, she acknowledges his aid. He advises rest and caution against nightly cultivation, emphasizing the risks before reaching higher proficiency. He bids farewell, preparing to depart. She expresses profound gratitude for his guidance, knowing it saved her from potential disaster. Offering future aid in return, they share a moment of camaraderie before he playfully suggests seeking him out when needed. She watches him leave, a silent protector receding into the woods. She ponders the mysterious nature of Nie Lie, then suddenly dashes off. As the night deepens, she discovers a figure sleeping peacefully in a tree. Dawn breaks as a bird chirps. A temple's calm is broken by hustle. Children dash across the yard. Inside, eager students fill the classroom with chatter. Students dread Professor Shen's class, fearing it as unproductive. One student mocks another for his aspiration to advance in rank, suggesting it's as unlikely as the sun rising from the west. The class reacts with a mix of amusement and doubt. Classmates tease each other. Plans for impressing a crush are mocked, ending with an embarrassing outburst and the boy's dismissal. After the confrontation, she walks to confront Nie Lie, stirring whispers and speculation among the other students. Students gossip about Nie Lie's anticipated reprimand from Xiaoninger, noting his low soul energy level as a disadvantage. Suddenly, Nie Lie stands up, ready to face the situation head-on. Friends worry about Nie Lie's impending conflict with Xiaoninger. Nie Lie greets her, despite last night's awkwardness. Nie Lie offers breakfast, while another character claims their usual seat, expressing frustration. Nie Lie made extra portions, unsure of preferences. A boy surveys the horizon, contemplating the events that led to this moment of peaceful reflection. Startled by an unexpected comment, the room falls into a tense silence as all eyes turn towards the source of the voice. Shocked reactions spread. A mix of outrage and disbelief ripples through the group as they process the bold proclamation. Laughter and confusion fill the air as Xiaoninger defies expectations, approaching Nie Lie with a surprising offer of company, causing a stir among her peers who question her intentions. Ninger joins Nie Lie at his desk among the whispers of classmates, while Duze, in comical despair, pleads to avoid being sat on. Nie Lie, surrounded by voices urging him to agree, acquiesces with resignation. Ninger settles in, tilting her head with a serene smile. A tray filled with colorful snacks captures everyone's attention. Ninger invites Lu Piao and Duze to join them, sparking Lu Piao's elated surprise at her recognition. Meanwhile, Duze decides to revel in Nie Lie's newfound popularity, but gets scolded for his manners. Teased about his relationship with Ninger, Lu Piao deflects, claiming friendship, while Duze hints at possible romantic interest, sparking further disbelief and teasing among the group. Lu Piao settles as class starts. Shen Shu, cheerful, announces VIP observers for today's lesson, prompting speculation of positive developments. Elders observe as Shen Shu teaches about inscriptions, crucial for enhancing powers, with students expressing both humor and attention. Shen Shu explains the battle inscriptions etched onto scrolls, showcasing their power while using spirit soul power. She details their history, varieties, and elemental nature, before announcing the next lesson on device inscriptions. The elders watch with keen interest. The vice principal praises the sacred family's knowledge and their role in teaching. The ice instructor lists talented students seeking the elder's opinion. The elder begins instructing on the sacred fire inscription. A woman from the sacred family leads the lesson, citing their expertise, and presents an example of the scarlet flame explosion inscription. The sacred family's lesson on the scarlet flame explosion inscription begins. A student, overwhelmed by his hidden knowledge and exhaustion, dozes off, prompting disapproving whispers, but no comment from the observing elder. An instructor criticizes a sleeping student, Nie Lie, who remains undisturbed, prompting an accusation of disrespect amidst the class's attention. The instructor confronts Nie Lie, demanding explanation of an inscription, while classmates anticipate his failure. Nie Lie, unfazed, agrees to respond. Nie Lie confidently corrects the teacher, stating the inscription's grade and purpose. The class erupts in laughter, mocking the teacher's clan insignia being likened to a tool for boiling water. Nie Lie's hidden talent sparks curiosity. The teacher's error brings laughter. Then he acknowledges his mistake, partially conceding to Nie Lie while being mocked for pandering. Nie Lie's confidence unsettles his peers, hinting at unspoken strengths. Accusations of plagiarism loom, challenging his integrity. An elder questions Nie Lie's insights about a complex inscription. Nie Lie exposes its flawed origin from an obscure source, while skeptics reject the existence of the cited scripture. A student reveals possessing the contested book, leading an elder to order its retrieval from the library. The text in question is only partially translated, but its existence is confirmed. Accused of arrogance, a student defends his discovery in an ancient book against an elder's skepticism, suggesting she examine a specific page for proof. The student accuses the sacred family of cowardice during Glory City's fall. He claims they hid away strong members and neglected the West Gate, allowing monsters to slaughter the inhabitants and force a retreat. The student vows to expose the sacred family's betrayal. Classmates discover a book confirming his accusations, leaving them in awe and validating his claims. Accused of slander, the student retorts with knowledge of demon spiritualist regulations, hinting at the professor's ignorance and potential misconduct. Shocked, the professor stammers. The student exposes the sacred family ancestor's plagiarism and questions his integrity, leaving the class to contemplate the possibility of undisclosed motives. Classmates react with surprise and skepticism as allegations against the sacred family patriarch's originality in inscriptions come to light, suggesting he plagiarized rather than innovated. The code of conduct for demon spiritualists is invoked, stressing the importance of honesty and integrity in their practices. A skeptic challenges Nie Lie, citing the sacred family's history and status, defending the inscription's discovery as a common occurrence within elite families. In contrast, Nie Lie reflects on the family's previous cowardice, undermining their integrity. Nie Lie dismisses Shenyue's threat with irony, relying on Glory City's laws for protection and mockingly questioning the sacred family's duty to ensure his safety. The intense gaming session escalates with playful rivalry as one competitor grins confidently while the other expresses shocked defeat. The winner smirks triumphantly, the loser curses their luck, an onlooker clasps her hands tense. Suddenly, a new challenger bursts in, cloak billowing. The victorious challenger's prize, a tome of power, is presented to them. As they grasp the arcane text, determination flashes in their eyes, a foreboding of the fiery trials ahead. Elders discover the tome's replication scandal, questioning Nie Lie's talents as revelations of his meager red soul realm surface. Despite Nie Lie's limited soul realm, the elders recognize his vast knowledge. They assign him as a collection deacon, safeguarding his research and protecting him from the sacred family. A disgruntled professor vows to remember a confrontation, while Nie Lie coolly dismisses the threat. Meanwhile, news spreads of Nie Lie's feat with the Scarlet Flame explosion inscription, causing a stir among peers and complicating political tensions. Amidst laughter and whispers, the cancellation of Shenyue and Yeziyun's engagement becomes the day's hot gossip. Approaching in haste, Vice Principal Ye Sheng's arrival signals the gravity of the unfolding situation. A woman angrily demands the expulsion of Nie Lie, citing disrespect. The vice principal considers the dilemma, weighing Nie Lie's potential against the woman's insistence, mindful of the political implications with the sacred family. The vice principal smirks, derailing Shen Shu's demand. She begrudgingly relents, but sets a test for Nie Lie: pass the apprentice exam in 2 months or face expulsion, in line with the institute's rules. Nie Lie appears unfazed by the challenge. Ye Ziyun, standing by a bookshelf, unveils her new traditional outfit, seeking approval with a confident, gentle smile. An elder dismisses concern over Shen Shu's status, while another man sulks about her arrogance. Meanwhile, confident in Nie Lie's capabilities, the elder predicts his rise and garners interest from a potential recruiter. Nie Lie becomes the library's deacon, drawing a monthly salary without added responsibilities, unbeknownst to Ye Sheng's expectations for the institute's benefit. Nie Lie dismisses concerns of offending the sacred family, asserting confidence in his limits. Ignoring classes seems to satisfy Shen Shu, while Zhang Ming and other punished students are recognized for their passion and trustworthiness, despite their lack of close ties with Nie Lie from a past life. Nie Lie acquires soul crystals to conduct a unique, accurate physique test, explaining the superiority of fresh crystals for assessing soul realm. Nie Lie explains the function of soul crystals and advises everyone to always have one for monitoring their soul power. Overwhelmed by the gift's value, they initially refuse, but Nie Lie insists, equating acceptance with brotherhood, which persuades them. They graciously accept, declaring Nie Lie their big brother and pledging their support. Nie Lie watches with pride as Duze takes a test and shows remarkable improvement, achieving 52 soul power, signifying their bond and shared successes. Duze's rapid progress is linked to his lightning fire attribute and the heavenly thundercloud form. Despite reaching his limits with prior training, there's potential for explosive power with a red soul realm. A character dismisses the conventional wisdom on soul realm classification as flawed. Duzé's alignment with lightning fire augments his abilities, though hampered by incomplete records. Glory City's past is questioned. Realizing the limitations, Duzé remains undeterred, confirmed by an ally's agreement. With confidence, the boy showcases his mastery of top-tier techniques, hinting at the power he and his ally possess, eager to challenge the status quo of the Soul Realm. Nie Lie's knowledge impresses his peers, confidently affirming his understanding of advanced techniques. Nie Lie confidently suggests the heavenly Qilin technique for Duzé, cautioning the final level's unknown effects. Duzé commits the method to memory, ready to begin. Duzé chants the powerful technique, activating his soul realm. His soul force grows as Nie Lie promises to detail each level's formula soon. Duzé vows to change his and his family's destinies with the heavenly Qilin technique, expressing gratitude to Nie Lie and pledging unwavering loyalty, even at the cost of his life. Nie Lie reassures his friends, emphasizing the bond of brotherhood and inclusivity in learning the technique, ensuring that even varying soul conditions are accommodated. Excited to try, the boy focuses on the crystal. Straining, he forces his power into it. The effort overwhelms him, causing distress. Another looks on, shocked by his friend's intense reaction. The boy's effort at the Scarlet Sun form is mocked, but a rare talent is revealed. His friend suggests the Holy Primal Chaos technique, a powerful but demanding method suited to his unique chaos attribute. As the group discusses their aspirations and abilities, one boy reveals his modest ambition, content with a lower level of achievement, while the main character reflects on the mismatch between the creator's intentions and his friend's humble goals. Another character eagerly steps forward, ready to demonstrate his skill. Determined to find a suitable technique, the boy is about to test his skills. His attempt to focus is met with stifled laughter from his skeptical peers, while one struggles to contain his amusement. The boy grins triumphantly, having successfully executed his new technique, silencing doubters with unforeseen mastery. The boy laughs at the discovery of his chaotic soul realm, realizing its lack of form makes it the weakest type, a fact he was previously unaware of. Despite this, his relentless practice has led him to unintentionally amplify its disorder. The boy contemplates the three types of God techniques, weighing their characteristics and connection to soul realms. He decides the heavenly God technique is most compatible with his non-attribute soul realm, offering a unique path to immense power and the possibility to master all techniques. Acknowledging the slower advancement, the boy embraces the heavenly God technique as his chosen path to power, ready to build his foundation and escalate his spirit levels. The boy's peers decide to follow his lead in training. They begin their practice focused on building a strong foundation. Over the coming days, the group dedicates themselves to practice in the library, taking breaks only for essential needs. On the third day, the boy finds a crystalline object in the library, imagining the impression his discovery will make on Shen Shu, and confidently strides towards the beginner apprentice class. Shen Shu waits for Nie Lie, concerned by his absence and her own pending treatment. Rumors about her affections circulate, while a surprised peer notes her distraction. Shen Shu defensively denies any romantic interest, though her blush betrays her true feelings. Shen Shu ponders Nie Lie's potential progress in soul power, while also dismissing a peer as trash with a red soul realm, noting the daunting odds against significant improvement without a miracle. Shen Shu's cynicism about predestination and one's limits sparks discontent. A student reflects on her divisive behavior amidst Glory City's perils, wishing for Nie Lie's support against such injustices. Startled by a peculiar bird, the girl loses her balance, her shock mirrored by her classmates behind her. Recovering, the boy on the bridge gazes ahead, contemplating the next step in their unexpected adventure. Students discuss Nie Lie's bold claim, expressing doubt but secretly hoping he succeeds to spite someone they disdain. Nobles disparage Nie Lie's behavior. Evening falls, the library empties. A student whispers progress to Nie Lie, aiming to advance in rank soon. Nie Lie encourages, predicting collective improvement. The group discusses the need for elixirs to accelerate their training despite the high cost. As they ponder their financial situation, one member announces he has other plans and won't join their cultivation session. One member leaves for a healing task, confident in his potential achievement. His companion jokingly warns about overtaking their cultivation levels, causing a playful banter about commitment and talent. Startled by an unexpected roar, the healer turns to see his comrades engaged in a skirmish, while a daunting creature looms over them, ready to strike. The group's determination faces a fierce challenge, unyielding against the menacing beast. Startled by her name, Ziyun turns, a tome in hand. A portal beckons with unknown implications. Anxious yet determined, Nie Lie walks away from his friends, intent on speaking to Ziyun alone. Nie Lie's peers doubt his success, but he surprises them with unexpected knowledge that impresses Ziyun. Confident in his own abilities, Nie Lie offers a knowing smile as he steps back, allowing Ziyun space to explore her interest in the complex Book of Divine Lightning Fire. She acknowledges the text's difficulty, hinting at its depth and her own uncertainty. Ziyun humbly admits her struggle with the text. Observers commend her tactic. Nie Lie offers a tip about the language, suggesting a different study approach for easier understanding. Relaxed yet vigilant, he leans against a tree, a butterfly signifying a moment of peace amidst brewing troubles. She discovers the concept of the Black Gold Empire in a history book. He impresses her with his extensive knowledge of the empires, hinting at his frequented visits to the library. He advises her against a technique unsuitable for her attribute, revealing knowledge of her unique snow-wind category, shocking her as it's a closely guarded family secret. He suggests testing her soul realm's form, but she hesitates, recalling a similar test requiring physical contact. She declines nervously. Nie Lie is rejected, and the group finds humor in it. He explains the simplicity of the soul realm test to an apprehensive girl. Nie Lie casually offers to meet again, leaving swiftly. His unexpected departure leaves the onlookers shocked and intrigued by his approach, triggering exclamations and a call back from the girl. As Nie Lie exits, Ziyun halts him with a request for knowledge, revealing her interest. Companions are awed by his unexpected influence on both Xiaoninger and now Ziyun. Agreeing to share his knowledge, he examines the scrolls but fails to activate them, suspecting an issue with the inscriptions. Identifying flaws in the scrolls, they consider consulting her father for insights. However, the girl's situation, having lost her mother and with her father and grandfather preoccupied, leaves her without guidance. He offers help for future questions post-school. Presenting a blizzard/scroll, he notes its structural soundness but poor quality, suggesting it's a counterfeit aimed at novice buyers. He identifies the issue with the scroll. A realization hits that the inscription was correct but made with larva blood. Surprised that he spotted this when others couldn't, she begins to reconsider her opinion of him. He pens a new inscription, painstakingly, unaware his talent is now acknowledged. Focused on his ancient craft, he uncovers a flawed masterpiece, an Icewind Blizzard inscription from a bygone era, degraded by failed attempts of restoration. Surprised by the Icewind Blizzard's former glory, she's skeptical of his plans to alter its structure, a task not even a legend like her grandfather would attempt carelessly. He, undeterred, requests a pen to start the modification. She hands him the silver horn pen. Their fingers touch inadvertently. Her surprise is evident, but she brushes it off as overthinking. He, focused, wonders if the contact was intentional. Concentrated, he draws intricate patterns with the pen, crafting the silver-grade Icewind Blizzard inscription, a complex design based on fundamental techniques. It's a stable iteration, ready for use. Admiring the intricately drawn inscription, the girl is amazed by its complexity. Storage is decided as the creator leaves. Eavesdroppers celebrate a breakthrough conversation in the study of cultivation and inscriptions. Parting with gratitude, a reminder of a promise lingers as the master departs. She bids farewell with a promise, while he departs with a bright smile, eager for their next meeting. Reflecting on a positive first encounter, he prepares to leave. Suddenly, an unexpected figure confronts him, startling him with an intense gaze. Confronted aggressively, he demands to know the conversation's content, warning of consequences if not released immediately. Revealed as versed in demonic arts, his expression betrays no concern. The accusation only cements his resolve. Defiant in the face of threats, he stands accused but unfazed, soon to confront his pursuers. Surrounded by a group, he recognizes their strength but remains provocatively calm, triggering an imminent confrontation. Tension rises as Shen prepares to challenge Nie Lie, underestimating his opponent. Nie Lie's confidence remains unshaken. Shen mocks Nie Lie, unaware of his true power. Caught off guard, Shen finds himself overpowered, struggling against Nie Lie's unexpected strength. Confused and frustrated, he questions the nature of Nie Lie's abilities. Nie Lie stands confidently, mocking Shen lack of control and explaining how focusing his strength could easily cripple him. Shen pants heavily, reeling from Nie Lie's dominance. Confusion arises as Shen appears to suffer self-inflicted injury. Nie Lie issues a stern warning against further secret surveillance of Ziyun, his demeanor serious and his intent clear. Shen, in disbelief and anger, proclaims his superiority. He blames the other for his downfall, refusing to accept his own defeat. Shen reacts with shock to an unexpected soul power attack, as observers doubt Nie Lie's ability since he only began training 2 days ago, believing he can't beat Shen. Unfazed by the skepticism, Nie Lie unleashes a powerful soul force, surprising onlookers and challenging Shen. Nie Lie confronts Shen, his body ablaze with energy, as onlookers watch in alarm and awe. Nie Lie, confidence personified, effortlessly deflects the charge, leaving Shen grasping at straws. Shen pride takes a hit as Nie Lie mocks his soul force, highlighting a reckless misuse of power. Shen launches a powerful attack, but Nie Lie effortlessly repels it, achieving a breakthrough in his own strength, smirking at Shen ignorance. Shen grimaces as his attack, now deflected, propels him backward with tremendous force. Nie Lie stands firm, energy swirling triumphantly around him. Shen recoils in surprise, his eyes wide with shock. A sudden burst of light consumes him as Nie Lie's power proves too overwhelming. Defeat echoes in Shen anguished cry. Shen struggles to his feet, panting and injured, while Nie Lie taunts him to stand. A shadow looms ominously as Shen realizes he's being watched. Shen is overwhelmed by a powerful force, his defeat imminent. Shen senses Nie Lie's lethal intent, a consequence of his previous life's battles, now seeping into his own soul realm. Unprepared, he faces an unexpected and formidable challenge. Taunting the retreating figure, the defiant youth faces down his challenger. A physical altercation is narrowly avoided as he commands his opponent to keep away. The threat subsides, leaving tension in its wake. Defiant glare cast over his shoulder, the pitcher readies for the game, the scoreboard looming, as a focused teammate stands guard behind. Kicked out, the boy tumbles through the window, his former companion demanding distance. Landing outside, the boy hears laughter. The onlookers mock him for his apparent accident, unaware of his recent scuffle. Concerned allies surround the boy, surprised by his victory over a nearly bronze-ranked foe. Onlookers gossip about the boy's audacious bet with an instructor, hinting at his unexpected prowess. The incident with his adversary's soul sea becomes a mocking point among the crowd. Comrades applaud the boy's unexpected triumph, jesting about the humbled rival. As night falls, a menacing figure lurks in the shadows of the training field, eyes glowing ominously. The boy rushes through the forest, surprising the girl who didn't expect him. Their meeting is friendly and upbeat. The boy reaffirms his commitment to helping the girl. She gratefully accepts his aid. He observes her injury has improved, to which she adds sleeping well recently. The boy is met with suspense as she hints at a request, but hesitates to disclose it. The girl requests the boy to purchase all available purple mist grass with her funds, elucidating it's not just for insect repellent. She remains mysterious about her intentions with it. Resisting the girl's offer, the boy insists on funding the purchase himself, expressing concern over returning borrowed money, hinting at pride. The girl relatedly shifts focus to the next phase of their plan. Pursued by a hostile bird, the boy flees, agility carrying him through the forest under moonlight. Confronting disbelief, the boy explains his strength is no match for Nie Lie's mystical prowess, which overwhelms even greater soul force. Furious over his defeat, he vows revenge against Nie Lie. Confusion arises among his peers, underestimating Nie Lie's actual power, while ridiculing the boy's loss. They speculate on Nie Lie's abilities and question his relationship with Ziyun, harboring resentment and issuing veiled threats. A night scene closes the chapter, underscoring a tense atmosphere. A boy teases a girl about her pink attire. The girl confirms following his advice and feels empowered. The boy compliments her latent talent, predicting a bright future. The girl is appreciative. An esteemed elder reacts with disdain to a young challenger's bold actions, realizing the threat he poses to their family's reputation and the limitations in dealing with him due to his growing influence. Despite Shen Yue's stated superiority, Nie Lie defeats him, prompting accusations of using demonic arts. The elder dismisses this, attributing the loss to incompetence. The deacon consults with the elder about reporting Nie Lie's victory, but the elder considers it a minor issue unworthy of the family head's attention. Upon learning Nie Lie's affiliation with the Heavenly Marks family, the elder dismisses them as beneath their own status. He suspects Nie Lie's success is accidental and not a significant threat. The elder decides to use Shen Fei to handle Nie Lie discreetly, avoiding scandal. Meanwhile, Ziyun remains in her comfortable home, eschewing the separate lodgings provided. Shen Fei awaits his move against Nie Lie, confident and poised with a fan in hand. Ziyun, puzzled by Nie Lie's findings, consults with Aunt Shui for insights. Aunt Shui recognizes the inscription's formidable power, surpassing her knowledge. She questions Ziyun about her encounter with such a skilled master, leading to a startling revelation. Ziyun warns Nie Lie about the dangers from the sacred family who have harmed her own family. Nie Lie remains confident, planning to counter any threat. He then offers to help Xiao Ninger unlock her potential through a test and training. Ziyun produces soul crystals for Nie Lie's plan. He instructs her to channel her soul force into one. As she does so, it emits an intense light, causing Nie Lie to squint at the bright surge of energy. Nie Lie realizes Ziyun's unique soul form, a winged dragon, and decides to teach her a powerful wind lightning technique he discovered in his past life, knowing it will significantly enhance her abilities. Nie Lie instructs Ziyun to memorize a formula for redirecting her soul force. Amazed by its power, she successfully gets a glimpse of the wind lightning winged dragon technique, a method tailored just for her. Nie Lie watches, satisfied with her progress. Ziyun expresses gratitude to Nie Lie, feeling indebted for his aid. Nie Lie, with a laugh, dismisses the need for repayment, encouraging her to resume practice as her affliction fades. Reluctantly, she consents. Meanwhile, Nie Lie is internally astounded by the rapid progress indicated by the emerging green light. As they continue, dawn breaks. Xiao Ninger overcomes her challenges, ready for a breakthrough. Upon awakening, she finds Nie Lie has quietly departed, leaving her with mixed feelings. Chen Jian makes a confident entrance, adorned in regal attire, a smile hinting at his self-assured nature. Chen Jian's arrival causes a stir as he seeks a rare herb, only to learn another has already secured all of it for a lady's unexpected improvement. Chen Jian compliments the servant's efficiency as he drinks tea, then learns of the vast quantity of purple mist grass gathered for the lady, expressing shock at the number. The lady downplays the expense, prioritizing the winged dragon technique. Chen peers curiously at Nie Lie, who writes mysteriously to himself. Advised not to disturb Nie Lie, they decide to focus on studying inscription tactics. Emphasizing the need for knowledge in cultivation, their discussion is cut short by an unexpected exclamation. Chen Linjian proudly shows off his flaming dark armor, boasting its high value and protective qualities, while two admirers swoon over his appearance. Chen Linjian dismisses the armor with a smirk, tosses it aside, and presents holy dark grass instead, claiming that serving him will be beneficial for the observers due to its high monetary value. Crowd rallies to support Chen Linjian, intent on following him. One person, secretly tallying followers, realizes more are needed. Another recalls Chen's past discovery of a treasure-rich ruin, noting a potential repetition of fortune, referencing Shen Yue's previous lucrative acquisition. Determined to secure a valuable item, a man stands driven by intent. Volunteers eagerly join the quest. Speculation arises whether the youthful leader will approve their participation. Challenged for his eagerness and rank, the young volunteer receives a stern signal to pause. The leader confronts him, questioning his understanding of the mission's gravity. Defiant glare meets confrontation, the youth poised to defy expectations and adversaries both within and beyond his group. Recollections of Chen Linjian's merciless actions during the battle color the conversation. Tension rises as exploration plans for the ancient ruins surface, revealing past grudges and foreshadowing a treacherous journey ahead. Chen Linjian reacts defensively to Nie Lie's accurate guess, but is intrigued enough to inquire Nie Lie's name, recalling Nie Lie's notorious past action against the sacred family. Chen Linjian teases Nie Lie about his reading habits, provoking laughter from the group. Nie Lie retorts confidently, implying he's read more than any of them, which aggravates one man. Chen dodges this, inquiring about Nie Lie's knowledge of ancient city history instead. Nie Lie shares his knowledge about the ancient Orchid City architecture, mentioning a significant lotus mural and connecting it with prosperity symbols from a past era. His analysis impresses his peers, though one admits he does not fully understand, acknowledging the depth of Nie Lie's explanation. Acknowledging Nie Lie's expertise, a confident man offers to fund his research, proposing a partnership. Nie Lie, unimpressed, demands first pick of any discoveries, threatening solo exploration. The man, taken aback, warns Nie Lie not to overstep, but Nie Lie stands firm, promising mutual benefits. After some thought, a confident man accepts Nie Lie's terms for a partnership. They shake hands on the deal, agreeing to meet in 3 days to commence their joint venture. The man's companions are bewildered by his agreement to Nie Lie's demands. The Alchemist Association's director expresses concern over the declining state of her organization. Sifting through love letters, she discards one, only to discover a detailed herb refining process upon further inspection. With a knowing smile, she realizes the significance of the hidden herb recipe. She laughs off an apparent ploy to hike prices, but the multitude of uses for purple mist grass piques her interest, pondering its potential to aid alchemists. A woman requests a large quantity of purple mist grass, but a worker alerts her to their low stock. She reflects on the significance and risk associated with altering a time-honored alchemy formula that uses the grass. With practiced focus, she conducts the alchemy, earning recognition for her stable control of fire. 2 hours pass, and her meticulous efforts culminate in the creation of a glowing yin-yang symbol. She reveals an elixir with a 50% higher yield, hinting at lower costs and increased demand for their enhanced goods. Her companion tastes the elixir, finding it to be exceptionally valuable. After drinking, he paces with anticipation, then sits, contemplating the elixir's effects. A serene expression overtakes him as he absorbs its power. The man proclaims the elixir's potency, surpassing high-grade alternatives. Excited, they plan to experiment further with their ingredients. Energized by the success of the elixir, she instructs her assistant to distribute the documentation for replication. Acknowledging the elixir's potential impact, he rushes to comply. Her thoughts shift to a well-deserved break. Relaxing in the bath, she is shocked by an unexpected revelation. Joyful laughter fills the air as a boy celebrates newfound wealth atop his trusty beast under the bright sun. Exhausted from their training, the group debates the intensity of their workout, teasing each other about their physical strength and the importance of conditioning for their mystical techniques. Startled by their own pranks, they rush into a tunnel, panting heavily. They're greeted by a visitor from the Alchemist Association. A visitor inquires about their farming background and purple mist grass. He reveals a price of 30 demon spirit coins per pound for the herb. The children, recognizing the opportunity, question their uncle's intentions with the cheap grass. Laughing jubilantly, the man shares a secret, a letter unveiled over 60 uses for the purple mist grass. Testing all night, they found every use to be valid, much to the delight of the surrounding listeners. Admiring the rejuvenating results of purple mist grass on skin, a crowd grows eager to acquire it. However, it's revealed that the supply is depleted due to its lengthy maturation period, leaving beauty seekers disappointed. A group of students disclose they have none either and part ways, comically referencing one's long beard. Refusing a high bid, the group anticipates increased interest in the purple mist grass. Excitement brews in the town as an individual rushes to convey ecstatic news to Miss Ninger. A man bursts in to inform the young lady about the soaring prices of purple mist grass and the lucrative offer from the sacred family, sparking astonishment and suspicion in her. The man excitedly shares the successful sale of purple mist grass to noble wives, with profits exceeding $3 million. He emphasizes that they should pace their sales due to market limitations, hinting at more strategic moves ahead. Amidst a bustling market, the man's accomplice revels in their windfall, clutching the gold tightly, while the man glances back, feeling both the thrill of success and the weight of future endeavors. Distributing newly acquired soul-assembling pills to his team, the man invests in their collective strength. The costly nature of the pills only emphasizes their windfall, igniting shared excitement for the riches gained and the progress ahead. Swallowing the powerful pill, he feels the surge of energy, unique abilities awakening within him as the full extent of its potent forces are unleashed. His newfound strength ripples through the air, destroying his surroundings, announcing his rise to one-star bronze rank as onlookers react in amazement and concern. He celebrates his rapid advancement to one-star bronze rank with glee, believing it will shield him from his father's scolding, while his rivals group underestimates him, oblivious to his new status. He anticipates the shock on their faces at his progress. His friend acknowledges his superior speed. With a confident smirk, he leaves his friends to continue their training and saunters downstairs. Disappointed at the room's emptiness, he realizes she's not there again. His frustration is palpable, yet he agrees to try once more tomorrow, noting her apparent anger. Throwing back to the day of preparation, he shops for herbs while she loses herself in thoughts, their planned meeting hanging in the air. Reunited, his bright greeting eclipses her surprise. Observers speculate romance or a simple rendezvous. An unexpected protector looms, children peek, uncertain but hopeful. A man schemes to harm a child without leaving evidence, seeking to protect his family's reputation after a prior humiliating encounter. She praises Nie Lie's talent and knowledge and reflects on her own pride. She hands over a soul crystal to him, explaining its use. He examines the soul crystal, envisioning the ice phoenix it represents. He contemplates the power boost it would provide upon reaching a higher rank. He agrees to teach her the 9 Revolutions Ice Phoenix technique, a powerful legacy that promises 9 lives, ensuring she never leaves him again in this life. She's overwhelmed by the technique's power. He laughs it off. A third person is unamused by their exchange. Entering the room, Ziyun calls for someone. As the pot is set on the table, a surprised man greets an unanticipated guest with a familiar face. The acquaintance responds coolly, acknowledging their reunion. A man defensively recounts a deep, family-approved bond with Ziyun to a skeptic, highlighting their history and affinity. The conversation turns as the man seeks confirmation of Ziyun's habits, prompting an uneasy acknowledgement. He watches butterflies flutter, his gaze thoughtful, perhaps contemplating past conversations and uneasy truths. He reveals Ziyun's dislike for banana orchids and her preference for adventure, challenging a previous lie. An observer angrily dismisses his words as nonsense. In a tense exchange, a man challenges the observer's knowledge about Ziyun, questioning his awareness of her unique birthmark. The observer, taken aback and defensive, vehemently denies any intimate knowledge. Scolded, Nie Lie turns away. Ziyun strolls off indignantly but pauses, reflecting on the confrontation. Observed by his blue-haired peer, Nie Lie feigns ignorance of Ziyun's anger. Meanwhile, a harsh threat is vowed upon him by a grim adversary, promising a dire end, only to be dismissed with a nonchalant laugh and playful taunt from Nie Lie. Accusations are made about Nie Lie and Ziyun's questionable closeness. Elsewhere, Ziyun herself unleashes her rage, calling Nie Lie names in anger. Ziyun grapples with the depth of Nie Lie's knowledge about her, realizing the impossibility of him spying within the well-guarded city lord's mansion. She ponders Nie Lie's motivations for sharing a powerful technique with her. Ziyun decides to focus on her cultivation, but is startled by an unexpected surge of energy. Ziyun breaks through her cultivation technique, realizing its true power, and can't forgive Nie Lie. Meanwhile, Nie Lie muses over Ziyun's temperament, finding it bothersome. Nie Lie strides confidently into an establishment, ready for new adventures, seemingly unfazed by previous events. Nie Lie selects his gear for the upcoming expedition, focusing on both quality and comfort, finally choosing a Raging Flame set and Ragefire sword as his companions for the impending challenges. Nie Lie is underestimated due to his appearance, but proves his capability to acquire powerful equipment, shocking the skeptic shopkeeper. Nie Lie confidently purchases a top-tier armor set and then requests an interspatial ring, ready to establish his own arsenal and not rely on borrowing from others any longer. Nie Lie tries on his new top-tier armor, feeling secure against bronze-ranked demon beasts and satisfied with its fitting. Nie Lie confidently leaves the armor shop with the shopkeeper wishing him well, ready to face new challenges. Nie Lie decides to return the ring and money, but gets followed. An unseen figure orders him to stop. Sensing a tail, Nie Lie smirks confidently, then meets his companions in a secluded school corner, undeterred. Confronted, the boy faces his aggressors with defiance while they taunt and prepare to attack. The boy laughs heartily, undaunted by the looming threat, ready to dive into the fray. Challenged by 6 adversaries, the boy evades an attack with agility, surprising his assailant. The boy warns his foes not to approach, threatening retaliation. Unfazed, an adversary smirks, daring him to attempt a counterattack. Leaping into action, the boy and his ally launch their counterattack, striking with speed and precision against their unsuspecting adversary. Surprised, the enemy dodges a swift strike. The boy's partner charges with a fierce attack from behind. The enemy evades the ambush. The boy is thrown off balance. His partner, shocked, realizes their plan has failed. Struggling to stand, the boy is berated by a comrade for failing to defeat their lower-ranked adversary. They're instructed to combine forces. Chastised, the boy defiantly resolves to fight alone, but his friend intervenes. Together, they brace for a coordinated counterattack. Shocked citizens scatter as a boy accuses the sacred family of murder. Curious onlookers peer from nearby. Accusations fly, unrest grows. The boy stands defiant against the sacred family, his resolve unshaken. A boy screams, accusing another of murder, his face twisted in rage. Others react in shock and disbelief. The accusation of murder stirs the crowd. Villagers' word spreads panic, while the shocked accused tries to silence him. Tension rises. A character shouts angrily, accusing a person from a sacred family of murder. Another character attempts to flee amidst the chaos, evading capture with agility compared to an eel's slipperiness. A pursuer catches the fleeing character by the arm, only to be countered swiftly with a forceful twist that breaks the hold. Chased, the character evades attacks while a witness screams for help, accusing the sacred family of murder. Bystanders recognize the beaten individual as Nie Lie. Rumors spread about Nie Lie's accusation toward the sacred family. Onlookers are shocked that they would attempt murder within the institute. Hastening to inform the principal of Nie Lie's allegations, bystanders grumble in dismay as a youth cracks his knuckles, surprised by the unexpected toughness. A youth shouts in panic, looking for an escape, as his adversary forcefully pokes him, sending him reeling in agony. A determined figure grips her sword, ready to intervene amidst the blossoms. A man falls clumsily, missing his target. Another nearby taunts the fallen figure, suggesting their clumsiness could be due to hunger. Crowds gather, murmurs intensify. Tension mounts as a man's frustration boils over into rage, inciting violence. He curses, overcome by pain, his howl punctuating the growing chaos. Accusations fly as a violent altercation unfolds. An urgent plea for help is met with denial and aggression, escalating the conflict. Shen Yue's actions spark outrage, prompting a defensive strike and an expression of profound disappointment and disillusionment. In a swift ambush, the trio launches their counterattack, with unwavering determination etched on their faces. Concern grips them as they inquire after Nie Lie's condition, only to be met with assurance of his well-being. Nie Lie laughs off the dust on his face, causing Ziyun concern. He chases after her to explain, but a sudden realization by a nearby observer interrupts him, while Nie Lie smirks knowingly. Accusations fly as Nie Lie is blamed for a trap. Surprised by the confrontational words, the crowd looks on. Nie Lie stands confident amidst the chaos. Amidst tension and uncertainty, Nie Lie calmly faces his detractors, an enigmatic smile playing on his lips as a storm brews on the horizon. Nie Lie confronts the aggressors, challenging the audacity of their attempt to kill within the Holy Orchid Institute. He asserts his dignity and defiance, imploring them to murder him if they expect his submission, which he deems an impossibility. The crowd murmurs in awe of Nie Lie's courage as another onlooker acknowledges his spine. A young woman looks on, vowing also to never yield to the scorned sacred family. As a commotion rises in the crowd, a concerned voice seeks assurance of Nie Lie's well-being. Indignant onlookers condemn Shen Yue's actions. His group, unfazed, mocks Nie Lie's resilience. The tension escalates as a challenger confronts Nie Lie, threatening retribution. Accusations fly as onlookers react with disgust. The arrival of the vice principal disrupts the brewing confrontation. The adversary concedes defeat to Nie Lie with a warning. Chaos ensues as students scatter, leaving Nie Lie bruised but cared for by a concerned friend. Nie Lie shrugs off his injuries, earning the affectionate concern of two female companions, while onlookers express a mix of sympathy and jealousy. Admiration and jealousy swirl around Nie Lie, who discovers the daily dedication of a companion. Emotions surface, leading to a graceful yet reluctant departure. Tensions rise as Shen Fei confronts Nie Lie, accusing him of betrayal and romantic entanglement, his anger palpable and threatening. Shen Fei's accusation lingers. A figure prepares to depart, sadness and resolve evident in her eyes. She sits adorned in night attire, a plush rabbit her sole audience, as she contemplates the imminent journey ahead. Nie Lie repays Xiaoninger and continues his cultivation, taking soul-enhancing substances and rigorously training his body alongside his comrades to prepare for future challenges. Days pass swiftly. As dawn breaks, the preparations are complete. Young Master Chen declares all set, spotting his gathered team. Acknowledging the Chen family members, the group, resolute and poised, embarks on their journey. As the Shen family arrives, noticing bandaged Nie Lie, they taunt him, undeterred by past defeats, and threaten stronger retaliation. Nie Lie, undisturbed by the bravado, ponders their scheme. Ziyun greets with surprise. Nie Lie responds cheerfully, noting her change of mood. He reveals the adventure's true purpose, reminding the group to stay inconspicuous. Amidst the bustling street, Nie Lie reminds his companion to keep a low profile. Nie Lie and Chen Linjian discuss their new acquaintance, having only briefly met before. The girl is surprised by Chen Linjian's quick decision. Nie Lie jokes about his own appearance causing laughter, but an ominous figure in the background harbors ill intentions, planning danger for Nie Lie once they are in the wilderness. The group, guarded by 6 silver-ranked experts, travels safely through various terrains, the day passing without any troubles. As dusk falls, the travelers decide to set up camp, finding the location suitable for an overnight stay. Relaxing on her stomach, the young woman takes a moment in the sunlight, pondering over a worn journal. One companion offers protection while making camp, but is declined. Another decides to join the female seniors, and night falls on their campsite amid the tranquil sounds of crickets. Reflecting on the test's end in 2 months, he longs for home, reminded of his youth and his family's actions during that time. Suddenly, a violent explosion shakes the serene scene, hinting at trouble ahead. He resolves to advance to a higher rank to safeguard his city, standing up determined amidst chaos and destruction. He speeds up his training and discovers something mysterious within his soul sea, an anomaly not present in his previous life. Nie Lie leaves on an adventure. The young girl discovers his note and wonders why she wasn't invited. She is then summoned by the patriarch to the conference hall, sparking concern about possible events. The young girl enters a solemn room where the patriarch awaits with a question for her. Three uncles speak of the increased value of the purple mist herb, purchased earlier by their niece, seeing it as a chance for the winged dragon family's resurgence. They acknowledge her significant contribution, calling her the family's lucky star. Realizing the purple mist herb's value, Uncle pressures his niece for the family's sake. She asserts her ownership, stating it was bought with personal funds. Despite her stance, the uncle insists on sharing for the family's benefit. Uncle broods over the purple mist herb, his desire palpable. He schemes, eyes glinting with intent, a clash inevitable. Uncle pressures Ninger for the herb she bought with her own money, suggesting it's for the family's benefit, while Ninger questions his commitment to the family, hinting at his selfish motives. Uncle is astonished by Ninger's defiance. An ally sides with Ninger, questioning family responsibilities. Uncle reveals the herb's value, outlining how it could resolve their financial woes and free Ninger from an unwanted marriage. Conspirators plot against Ninger, intending to deceive her for the precious herb and leave her marital fate to the sacred family. Allies concur on the herb's family-wide benefits, expressing unity in their decision, while Ninger's conflicted emotions surface, evident through a resigned sigh. Ninger vents frustration over being a constant sacrifice for family troubles, revealing she gave away her precious herb to a friend, dismaying her father and onlookers. She confirms her lack of the herb, conceding to the consequences. Ninger guards her friend's identity, facing skepticism from her uncle, who questions her father's integrity and her own. Ninger defends her actions, but her uncle prioritizes family interests and schemes to exploit the situation based on the stranger's background. Shocked by the revelation, Ninger's disbelief is clear. Tension mounts around her as she confronts unforeseen truths. Startled by her sudden burst of energy, Ninger's mentors are bewildered, questioning her newfound formidable power.